County clerk in Kentucky, Kim Davis, is not backing down. She's spending another day behind bars. No end in sight there. The Rowan County clerk is refusing to issue marriage licenses for straight or same-sex couples, she says, based on her religious convictions. Joining us now, Mathew Staver, founder and chairman of the Liberty Counsel. He's also representing Ms. Davis. Thank you for joining us today. Can you give us an update on how she's feeling?
Well, today is day 4. Kim Davis obviously never envisioned herself to be in jail. She has a jail ministry, but she never saw herself wearing an orange jail jumpsuit and on the other side of the bars, but that's where she is. But her message is all is well. That's what she says to me when we talk, and she is content where she is right now, even though it's an unpleasant situation, and she wants to be there with her family.
I want to play a little bit of what Josh Earnest, White House press secretary, had to say in reacting to the judge's decision to jail her. Here's what he said in the wake of that decision.
The success of our democracy depends on the rule of law, and there is no public official that is above the rule of law. Certainly not the President of the United States, but neither is the Rowan County clerk. That's a principle that is enshrined in our Constitution and in our democracy. And it's one that obviously the courts are seeking to uphold.
Your reaction?
Well, it seems like it's a one-way street, because obviously if he took that seriously, the president wouldn't have done a number of things that he's done where he just simply violates the rule of law or ignores laws that he's supposed to enforce, as well as his attorney general. In the case of Rowan County and in Kentucky, 75% of the people in Kentucky passed the marriage amendment. She also took an oath to defend that Constitution as well. And when she ran for office and the people put her in the office, same-sex marriage was not part of the agenda. But 5 people 2 months ago changed that, and it's really questionable in terms of whether they even have any constitutional authority to do so. But besides that particular debate, the fact of the matter is she's not going to step down because the people put her there. They want her there. It was not part of her job duty. And all she's asking for is a reasonable accommodation. She'll issue the license. She just wants her name and title taken off the license because she can't associate her name and her official title and authority with a marriage license that conflicts with God's definition of marriage as a man and a woman. That's her simple request. It's easy to accommodate it, and that's what should be done in this case rather than jail her.
All right, I want to play a little bit of sound also from one of the same-sex couples who may have been the first, not quite sure about that, to get a same-sex license there in Rowan County. Their reaction to the situation and her being in jail now.
I don't want her. No one wanted her in jail. We just wanted the license being given out. This isn't a blessing. This is an official license. This means, at least for this area, civil rights are civil rights, and they're not subject to belief.
Okay, so he says it's a civil rights issue. He says he doesn't want her in jail. That's what the judge has decided, though. Now, my understanding is that the plaintiffs in this case, their attorney came forward with a deal to you guys saying, listen, if she promises that, you know, she's not going to interfere with these 5 deputy clerks who have decided they will issue the licenses, then we want her out of jail. You all decided not to take that deal. So is it her fault now that she remains in jail, and why not take the deal?
Well, it wasn't a deal that they presented to us. In fact, originally they never even asked for jail time. They asked for civil fines, but the judge went from that to jailing her without any notice to any of the individuals, particularly Kim Davis. But the problem here is not whether she issues it or whether someone else issues it. It's issued under her name and with her title and authority. So either way, it comes associated with her name, and it's in the archives of Kentucky history for as long as there is a Kentucky, and she can't have her name and title officially associated with something that directly collides with her beliefs. The Kentucky Clerks Association, that represents all the clerks in Kentucky, the 120 counties, has asked for the same kind of accommodation for all the clerks, not just for Kim Davis, and that's a reasonable request that Kim is asking.
All right, really quickly, because we're just about out of time, do you think at the end of the day, if this is not resolved in her favor, essentially the message is if you adhere to whatever your faith tradition is and you only believe in a traditional marriage structure, can you not take a position with the U.S. government that may in any way touch on any of these documents or official recognition of same-sex marriage?
Well, I think that's one reason why she doesn't want to step down. If she steps down, what does that send a message? It sends a message that if you're a Christian or you believe in marriage as the union of a man and woman, you can't serve in any public office, you can't be in any public employment. And once it starts there, it goes into the private sector as well. It goes back to what Governor Huckabee said, that would be the criminalization of Christianity. So that is the harbinger of what's to come if this is not reversed.
Well, we know her critics say it would be simple for her to simply step away from that position and resign. We'll see. It doesn't seem like she has any intention of that, and we'll watch this play its way through the courts. I understand you're going to appeal this decision as well, so we'll keep an eye on that. Matt Staver, thank you for making time for us.
Thank you. My pleasure.